Yes, I always remember 9/11/01. Seems just like yesterday. I remember what I was doing. Um, and I remember, the impact. It was felt far away and close. I had a friend of mine and her daughter actually went to go to that Michael Jackson anniversary, his 30-year anniversary, and they were trapped in New York and the whole thing, but they had great spirited people that got them all the way back home. But I remember just like yesterday, you can remember the events of the horror and the scent in the air. Um, and you think about events like that and pandemic and marches and protests, etc., and you feel the last 20 plus years like book of revelations with so much that's happening. But I always want to take time to send thoughts and prayers to those who experienced the loss and never got any answers about the way things were and why and so on and so forth. And it was a moment of time where the biggest city in America was very vulnerable. And I think that when people um, take the time to reflect on that, that's the reality of the life. That's why you have to work together and to be better prosper as a soul, as human beings, when you take those in considerations. Because action things of that magnitude, you can't have short-sighted memory about something that is so devastating and also so it should bring more unity. It should bring more. It shouldn't be like we'll just go about business as usual. You know, um, I heard some really ignorant things. I remember everything that happened a particular day. I was doing temp work and I was on a bus route. One of the women that was on the bus was living in some small town. She was out in Washington State, and she made the remarks, "Well, it wouldn't happen here," or something like that. And I said, "Look, New York is 20 times bigger than here. That would have been the whole nine. I don't think you understand the magnitude." And so, you got to take in consideration that uh, things of that magnitude and that power impact so many lives and so many places and things. And at the end of the day, people are vulnerable and human. And you can't be having, that's why I don't understand the lack of compassion and how people are so short-sighted to go along with divisive rhetoric and divisive agendas when you had a situation like that should have opened your eyes to bigger pictures as opposed to a divide and conquer, especially in your own backyard and in your countries or wherever you are. The impact, I don't understand that at all. And I don't get that. I don't understand how you fast forward and you're just so steadfast into being, when that was a real eye opening experience. And it was a sight to see. And as someone who was born upstate New York and spent and did went through New York and remember all that, those in his situations, and I had some great friends, associates online who were actually I wasn't nowhere near there, but they had cause and concern for me, and that's amazing when you think about it. So those are stories that you don't forget, and that's one of the reasons why 9/11/01 will never be forgotten. Because I remember having friends and people, social people directly impacted, and how do you go from that vulnerability and feeling a loss for words and so on and so forth to what you've seen transpire? And that's not the kind of short sighted that you need. You don't need to be divided to conquer. You need to understand unity. But you got to have people in place that are understanding of that and sympathetic to that. You have to have them in place. You really do. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.